What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to my weekly wax roundup with Scentsy. We're going to discuss some news from the Scentsy workstation that usually focuses mostly on customers, tiniest bit on consultants. Then I'm going to go into what's been in the warmers, and at the very end, I will pick one or two scents that were the highlights of my week. So let's get started. Alright, what's been happening on the Scentsy workstation? We will focus mostly on customer and tiny bit on consultant news. So for customers and consultants alike, we have the Scentsy Cozy Pink Ribbon Blanket available September 1st. If you're looking to buy this, they said it will be available up to October 31st, but I assume it's while quantities last. In Canada, the cost is $29 with $5 going from each sale to support the Scentsy Family Foundation. And in the US, it's $20 with $4 of that price going to the foundation. All right, on September 1st, the NFL collection has returned. We have two bars from that line that are coming back. NFL Gold Line, which is Cool Icy Air, Rich Fir Balsam, Sweet Jasmine, and Sandalwood Musk. And we have NFL Grid Iron Rush, which was the original scent. The notes on that are citrus, crisp apple, and fresh cut grass and sandalwood. We also have the helmets that are returning, which are element warmers, as well as the bulb warmers. And those are great warmers. I love my bulb warmers much more so than the element. All right, we have the 2025 holiday collection. For early access of the 5-bar set, we have consultants are able to access that as of September 1st up to the end of the month. And for customers, it will be available on October 1st. I will read to you the 5-pack set that Scentsy is offering. It's 36 Canadian, 25 US. It includes, in a felt bag, caramel macadamia nut, festive fruit punch, frosted eucalyptus, jingle bell blooms, and snowed in flannel. On another note, they have extended the wildflowers and wild horses collection. You can find that on websites under collections, and I'm not sure how long it's going to be available to. They didn't really specify. All right, in consultant news, if you are looking to join Scentsy, they have noted that new consultants get a Scentsy candle in their enhanced starter kit, and that candle will be in Cider Mill. Also, there is a $9 Smart Start, and that is available in September. And if you're interested in any of those, you can just check the join page of the personal website of the consultant you're wanting to sign up for. They will answer as many questions as possible. You can always reach out to said consultant and get your questions answered that way. So let's see what's been in the warmers. All right, so this what's been in the warmer section has been for 2 weeks, so a little bit more heavy than normal, but let's start with 2 bricks. I finished one and worked on another. So the first one I finished was Forever Flannel, and this is a baby blue colored wax. The notes on this are soft lavender, warm sandalwood, and bergamot. And this is a scent that I've realized you have to load up the warmers and then it will last a long time. If you try to use your regular amount, you may not smell it. It's a softer scent, but when you double up your warmer amount, you're probably going to smell it at about a medium with a fairly good longevity, maybe medium light. So that is Forever Flannel. It's very soothing, and I'm surprised I didn't bring that one back. All right, the other one I worked on was Salted Caramel Cider. This is also a tree-shaped brick. The notes on this are salted caramel, sweet vanilla bean, add warmth and complexity to fresh pressed apple cider. I feel like there's a molasses note in here. That's the only thing I don't really like about this scent. It's kind of a heavy cider scent. It's not a bright appley cider. It's very heavy with the caramel. So I did finish off this row of 4, and I did make some samples for customers. And you'll probably see that there's some oil in the well, so unfortunately that's just the way it is for that one. So let's just grab and go. I worked on Arctic Kiss. This is a bar from 2022. Really enjoy this one. The notes on Arctic Kiss are cool Arctic mint, fresh air, and fluffy white clouds. This is a strong and long for me, which means it's strong in scent projection and it lasts a long time. So great performer. Unfortunately, this did not return, so that's a sad story about that. I have Confetti Showers. I just warmed 2 cubes for part of the wax melting challenge. I can't remember what the day prompt was, but the notes on this are sparkling citrus, black currant, and a hint of peach. So this is from the Mardi Gras collection. Really love this scent. Yeah, it's similar along to the new release from spring and summer, Wild for Wildflowers. So if you like that, because that had a lot of citrus, this has a lot of citrus. So I don't really get blackcurrant, but anyway. We have Peach and White Amber. I had a full clamshell. I finished this one off. It's Provocative Peach Sugar Blossom White Amber. So this used to be in the body care line, and it is a body care leaning scent. And this is one of those finicky scents that I describe as weather influenced. So if it's too warm or too cold, you might not smell this in your home, but if it's this time of year or spring transition, that's the best time I found to warm this. Because if it's too hot, you can't smell it. If it's too cold, you can't smell it. But something happens in those in-between months, and it's a great time to warm that kind of scent. Unfortunately, it is on the lighter side, but I would say I usually get about a light to medium on that one. I finished off 2 full clamshells plus 2 cubes of berry apple shortbread. And the reason I worked on this is because I had received a bunch of damaged clamshells back in January of this year. So let me read you the notes on berry apple shortbread. The notes are fresh baked berry, vanilla, and lemon and clove. Sorry, I'm off. I had an interesting day at work, so I look a little bit tired. I'm not exactly on my game today. Yes, I get the shortbread. I get some lemon. I don't really get clove. I get a little bit of it, like almost like an apple jelly. So that is berry apple shortbread. All right, another empty one that I really enjoy is Grapefruit Sunshine. I think I had 4 cubes left of this one. So Grapefruit Sunshine is brisk citrus, pink grapefruit, a subtle vanilla. And I've said it many times before that if you like apricot vanilla and you could imagine a grapefruit version of that scent, then that's what this smells like. Because it's a little bit of a vanilla citrus combo that works out very nicely in the warmers. Only problem is you got to warm this on the quicker side because it does go off after a while. All right, I have Taj Mahal. And this I recently took out of Erica's room, and this was a very long-lasting scent. So the notes on this are, it says, oriental fragrance built on a base of musk and amber with subtle florals. Well, there's not a lot of subtlety to the scent because it is assertive. And I used this on a wax prompt day that said, Grandparents' Day, melt something old. And old was in quotations, so you could pick old wax, or you could pick something that feels like an older person would like it. And that's what I went with for this one. Because it does have a mature home fragrance or a mature body care lean to it. And man, oh man, how many days does this go? I think I left it like probably 5 or 6 days in her room. It was a long time, a long time. So, Taj Mahal. Not really one that I personally like, but I know she was okay with it. That's why I put it in her room. All right, I have Isabela Señorita Perfecta, and this was part of the Encanto collection. And I will let you know, I did get my family rating on this and another one, so I'll tell you. My husband said, I don't know about this one. He said 6 out of 10. Erica said 8 out of 10. And Ryan said, I like that one, and also gave it 8 out of 10. And I would say I would give it maybe about a 7 out of 10. The notes say peony petals, floral blossoms, soft vanilla. And I think that's an excellent description. It's a floral scent, a vanilla scent. It's a little bit powdery leaning, so if you don't like powdery scents, then this one might not work out for you. And it kind of reminded me of a powdery, sweeter version of Welcome Little One. Welcome Little One leaned a little bit laundry, and this leans a little bit more floral powder, but they have something in there that's similar with both of them. So I did like this one. I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase it, but I did enjoy it. Speaking of one that I really, really enjoy, and I have the most bars in my collection of this one now, it is Ravenclaw Wit and Wisdom. Harry Potter. I warmed this on a day. It said melty sapphire colored wax, so I thought this was a great option. Suede, sandalwood, and vanilla. So good. I think there's leather in here too. Oh, I just love it. Obviously, if I have a lot of bars of it, of course I'm going to love it. This is a long-lasting scent at about a medium, so I'm very pleased with the performance. It's a licensed bar, and I don't think we're going to see it back for a bit because I did have it marked down quite substantially in the clearance, but if you see this one kicking around and you want to try it, I would suggest giving it a try. It's really, really nice. Not finished, but I did warm 2 cubes of Star Wars Light Side of the Force. And my husband always jokes with this one because years ago he said, whatever you've got going in the garage, he goes, I like it. And I said, it's called Star Wars Light Side of the Force. He goes, it's definitely not light. And I said, oh, I know, it's strong. So this is a very, very strong scent. It says Orange Groves, Morning Mist, Driftwood, and Ocean's Edge. Those are the rough notes. Very strong. I warmed this on a day. It said melt something that is a Fako clean scent for a lazy mom day. I'm all about the lazy mom days. So great performance on this one. I would call this a strong and long as well. So if you're looking for scents that are very strong and last a long time, then that's a good one to go for. It's a little bit more because it's a licensed bar, but it's one of those ones that the performance outweighs the price. All right, we have Bananaberry. This was from 2022. I'm trying to work through my 2022. The notes on this says sweet banana cream layered with succulent strawberries. And if you could picture that with almost like a yogurty, creamy feel, then that's what this scent is, because it says banana cream. So yes, this makes me happy. It's a scent that you would probably think to yourself, I'm surprised Patricia likes that scent, but I do. I really like it. And I only have one bar left, so hopefully I'll be able to get more in the future. Really enjoy that one. It's not very strong though, so it's probably between light and medium, but very nice when you can smell it. All right, I have Pomegranate Prosecco. The performance on this was great this time around. This was from 2022. This recently came back in a clearance update, so that I grabbed another one because I know it's a good performer for me. Rose Berry Pomegranate Pink Prosecco. Performed maybe 2 to 3 days. I would say almost 3 days in the boys' room. Oh, so good. If you like, oh gosh, I forget what it's called. Of course, I'm not going to remember now. It's a raspberry summer scent. I'll put it down below because of course I can't remember because I'm tired. Yeah, this is a great scent if you like pomegranate scents, sweet, raspberry, juicy kind of winter. You could actually warm that all year. Obviously, it's not winter and I'm warming it, but I think it was a winter targeted scent because they said Prosecco, like almost like a New Year's scent, but it's great all the time. So I have 1 cube left of this one. It is You're the One. So I finished this one off. I do think very fondly of this scent. It says cucumber splash, sheer green apple, aloe vera. And I've said before, if you like aloe vera, oh my gosh, I always say it wrong. Aloe water and cucumber. If you like aloe water and cucumber, you're probably gonna like this. I actually like this much better. There's a little bit more floral to this. I'm someone that I do like florals. Let me know below. How are you with florals? Are you give them all to me floral? Are you I like some of them, or are you I detest them? We'll have a little informal poll down in the comments. I like the majority of them. I don't really care for rose. Rose is usually not in the Patricia checkmark box, but everything else I'm usually much better with. So You're the One. So good. Performance on that is really good. Now I will tell you, unfortunately, I mixed it with Havana Cabana because Havana Cabana has pineapple and You're the One doesn't have pineapple, but for some reason I thought it did at the time. So I warmed them together, and this just kind of killed the intensity of You're the One. I will tell you, sometimes I don't do the greatest with Havana Cabana. So personally, I'm okay with the fact that it's gone, but I know it had a lot of fans. So let me tell you the notes on this. Pineapples, oranges, bananas, berries. I feel personally it's a pineapple banana scent, but the banana is so light. It's mostly a pineapple with other stuff in the background scent for me. So unfortunately, that mix did not work out the greatest. Let's grab Perk Me Up. I always say, I'm going to perk you up. If you watched Saturday Night Live back in the day, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a strong brew of Guatemalan coffee beans with just a touch of hazelnut. And yes, you can smell hazelnut. But man, the coffee is not overly strong in here, and you need coffee to be a bit stronger. It's not quite got enough push behind it. Like if this was coffee, the person would still be asleep. So unfortunately, I do have a few more to use up, but Scentsy doesn't do coffee the greatest, and I think sometimes I wonder, like, do they drink coffee at Scentsy? I don't know. Maybe not. We have Woolly Slippers. Oh, I almost dropped it. This is in the club. And Woolly Slippers has notes of, I should know it. Okay, I have it written down, but sugared lavender, marshmallow, vanilla. Okay? So I find as time goes on, I'm getting more of the sugared lavender come out, but on day 2, it's more of a marshmallow, and I really like marshmallow scents. And years ago in Canada, we had a vendor wax company called Make Sense Candles, and it was out of New Brunswick, and they had the best marshmallow scents. They were so good. And she kind of just, so I think it was a mom, and then she sold it, or not sold it, but the daughter took over, and I think the daughter might have been in healthcare. So as soon as COVID happened, she didn't resume the wax pouring, but I really liked her marshmallow scents. They were very good and very strong. All right, I will save one bar till the end. We'll kind of do a little spotlight on it, but until then, I will show you. I used a Camu Camu tester. I used this on a day it said melt a school bus colored wax because that's the color of the wax. It says mandarin, Camu Camu, and passion fruit. And if you like Camu Camu, you might really like Tropical Roomba Cooler. It has a little bit more passion fruit and a little bit more like push behind it. But I think if you like one, you should try to grab the other. And I will say Tropical Roomba Cooler, in my personal opinion, has been put in that collection because at the time that it was released, Pina Colada Cha-Cha was in the catalog. And I think they wanted to just give us a non-catalog option. Personally, I think Pina Colada Cha-Cha is going to stay. Fingers crossed that it does, or I should say come back. But I know a lot of people are thinking it's on the chopping block, but I really love that scent, so I hope not. And it's a good performer for me. I made some samples because I don't really love this scent as time goes on of maple apple bourbon. And then I thought to myself, is that a very nice thing to do? I don't know if that's nice. And actually, as I was doing Happy Meal this month, I thought some of these scents I don't really like, and my customers are going to be like, she's sending me all the stuff she doesn't like. But it's not like that. It's just the kind of the way it's been working out. And I've been noticing that I'm not loving a lot of the heavier scents. So maple apple bourbon is a heavier scent. It's got maple, apple, and bourbon. I forget if it's got other things because I didn't write it down. But this is a strong and long. So if you want a scent that's very strong and long lasting, get this. I will tell you, the reason I don't love it anymore is I'm not really big into maple. But when I moved out of my old house, I had pods going of maple apple bourbon. And every time I came in, the entranceway, all I could smell was that, like every time. And you know, when you're moving and there's dust and, you know, it's just not a pleasant experience. And then, so I've associated my move with this scent. So no, this is not for me anymore. Not for me. I have, in this bag, I have one lemon lime fizz and I have one lemon sorbet. I mixed these with one time when I did the berry apple shortbread just to give a little bit more lemon. So lemon lime fizz has notes of vanilla sugar, zesty lemon, and tangy lime. Lemon sorbet is fresh cut lemon, grapefruit zest, sugar cane. All right, so the only thing I have left is Disney and Pixar's Toy Stories, The Gang's All Here. So this one here, I did get to warm in 2 spots, and then I made samples with the rest. So obviously it's a, well, actually I have a full. So this is the color of the wax, bright green. And on cold sniff, it's about a medium intensity. And I feel like, let me see, what did they put this in? Did they put it in citrus? I think so. I would put it in citrus. The notes, it says zesty grapefruit, sparkling lemon lime, and sugared vanilla. All right, so what I got mostly was a white grapefruit and then a cleaner style lime. And as the scent warmed, there was a powdery component that came out and almost like a floral powdery undertone. So I have a note here, it was also tangy. Like the grapefruit part was tangy, and I feel like there's fruit nectar. Very similar to that scent, white grapefruit. If you could picture white grapefruit with a lime, almost like a hint of a cleaner lime mixed in with that. That's what I got. Now, does that sound like it's going to go the greatest? If you say no, then you might be on the right track. For me personally, this didn't come together the way I wanted it to. I saw the scent, I thought I'm going to love it. When I smelled it on cold, I was just like, And when I warmed it, I was like, I didn't really love it. I warmed 4 cubes here in the bedroom, and 1 cube is going still in my entranceway. So let me tell you what my family thought of this one, just so you can kind of get an idea. My husband said, and he said it like in a happy way, and he said 7 out of 10. Erica said 6 out of 10. Ryan said, ooh. That's how he said it, ooh, 7 out of 10. So for me, on cold snip, I would say maybe 6 out of 10. And on warm, I would say maybe 5. Maybe I might have gone down a tiny bit. But I will tell you, on the good news of things, on the good side of things, that this had great performance. I said strength and throw was 9 out of 10. At the 12-hour mark, it was still about a 6 out of 10. I think I left this going 2 days. And in my entranceway, I think it went 2 days on the weekend, and this is just part of a day because I turned it off at the end of my work day, or turned it back on at my end of my work day. That is in a mini warmer, which is not a good mini warmer. It's mostly for light purposes, And I would say strength there was about a 7 to 7.5. So it was pretty good for a mini warmer. Longevity I found was pretty good for a citrus scent. So performance is great on this one. Just scent appeal for me is not the greatest. So it's almost like you took white grapefruit, Fiesta lime, and some sort of powdery something and put it together. I'm not really sure what this one is just not one that I personally liked. But the performance is there. So that is the gangs all here. All right, so what were the scents that were my favorite for the past 2 weeks? All right, we are going to go for Patricia's picks. Both scents are retired, and you will probably know one of them. One of them is the obvious Wit and Wisdom Ravenclaw. Love this one. And the other one is one that I've kind of forgotten about, but I really enjoy this one. It is Pomegranate Prosecco. So if you like pomegranate scents, bubbly, airy scents, fruity, juicy, pucker up scents, then give this one a try if you see it pop up in clearance. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget, if you're new, hit the subscribe, and if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.